It was a quiet Sunday afternoon in the bustling city of Chicago when Emily first realized something was off. She sat on the edge of her worn-out couch, scrolling through messages on her phone, heart aching in a way she couldn't quite explain. Her boyfriend of 3 years, Jake, had been distant lately. Their conversations were short, replies delayed. The spark that once filled their days felt like a fading ember. Emily often heard people say, "If you want someone to miss you, just leave." But deep down, she knew it was never that simple. There was something else, something more profound that made a man truly miss someone, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. Over time, she discovered 3 surprising things that made Jake start missing her, and maybe, just maybe, she could share these with the world. Chapter 1. The Quiet Strength of Being Yourself. Emily was never the type to pretend. From the moment she met Jake at a coffee shop near the university, she was unapologetically herself. Quirky jokes, an infectious laugh, and a love for old jazz records. Jake admired that about her. But somewhere along the way, Emily began trying to fit into the mold Jake seemed to expect, smoothing over her rough edges, hiding her moods, and trying to be more agreeable. It wasn't long before Jake stopped seeing the real Emily. One evening, after a particularly awkward dinner where Emily forced a smile to hide her disappointment, she realized the mistake. She sat by the window, staring out at the rain-soaked streets, and thought, "Why am I trying to be someone I'm not?" The next day, Emily decided to be honest, not just with Jake but with herself. She shared her true thoughts, the ones she had been bottling up. She didn't sugarcoat her feelings anymore. She expressed her worries, her dreams, and even her frustrations. At first, Jake was taken aback. He was used to the pleasant Emily, not the real one with all her complexity. But slowly, he began to appreciate the authenticity. That raw, honest Emily was someone worth missing, someone real and irreplaceable. A quote from the quotes world. Authenticity is magnetic. When you show your true self, the right people don't just notice. They miss you when you're gone. Chapter 2. The Power of Silent Support. Jake was going through a tough time. His father's health was declining, and Jake was burdened with the weight of responsibility. He rarely talked about it. He was a man who kept his struggles to himself. Emily wanted to help, but she knew pushing him to talk wouldn't work. Instead, she chose silent support. She learned his routines, left little notes in his jacket pockets, made his favorite coffee just the way he liked it, and sometimes just sat beside him in quiet. No words, just presence. One night, Jake broke down, not from Emily's words, but from the comfort of her being there, steady, unwavering. In that silence, Jake realized how much Emily meant to him. It wasn't grand gestures or constant chatter that made him miss her. It was that unspoken understanding, that quiet strength that only true love could offer. Quote from the quotes world. Sometimes the loudest message is sent in silence. Being there without words is the greatest gift of all. Chapter 3. Letting Go to Grow Together. The last surprising thing Emily discovered was the hardest. Sometimes, to make someone miss you, you have to let go, not in anger or bitterness, but in trust. After a heated argument where words were exchanged that neither meant, Emily stepped back. She gave Jake space to think, to breathe, and to realize what their relationship truly meant. That distance wasn't about pushing him away. It was about giving both of them room to grow individually. She focused on her passions, reconnected with old friends, and started writing again, a hobby she had abandoned. When they met again, something had changed. Jake missed her, not because she was gone, but because he saw how strong and independent she had become. Their love wasn't about possession. It was about mutual respect and growth. Quote from the quotes world. Love is not about holding tight. Sometimes it's about letting go and trusting the heart to find its way back. Epilogue. What Emily learned. Months later, sitting in the same coffee shop where it all began, Emily smiled softly at the memory of their journey. Jake was no longer distant. They talked for hours, laughed more freely, and loved more deeply. She understood now that the key to making a man miss you isn't about playing games or manipulating feelings. It's about being your true self, offering silent support in tough times and giving space for love to breathe and grow. And that, Emily knew, was a love worth holding on to.